one of the problems that dealing with the street is you're going to be caught by surprise and you're not going to know what's happened. This is very common. You may be talking to someone or whatever and you didn't catch it, and the guy's just going to come up and he's going to grab you by the lapels and just slam you into a wall. You're not going to get a chance to know what's going on. He's got you. He's pushing you against the wall here. Being a smaller person, of course, again, you see all these techniques. He's pushing hard. He's got strength on you. He's pushing hard. And he's trying to damage you here. And again, so many people go into the mindset of fighting the arms, trying to fight the arms from here. Well, again, I can make things work for Jack, but the things you always see twisting and arm bars and stuff, which is absolutely very extremely difficult to do. Anyone that says you're going to do this, they're training in the school and they're working with each other. They're working with each other. This just doesn't happen. This doesn't happen from here. But what happens is he slammed you here. You don't have all the movement that you wanted here, but he's a smaller man. I can work with him. Immediately decide where you're going to be at. Non-life threatening. You can just slap him in the face twice and just get him off. Just get your hands off me. From here. He's not killing me yet, but forget about the arms. Forget about the groin tech. I never want to be on one foot. Never want to be on one foot. I want to be ready to go. I might have to slip something coming in from here, but you want to see things happening. So say this other guy's starting to come in the picture from this angle over here. He's coming in. He's moving in on you quickly. I've got a problem here. You're going to see what's going to happen, and you're going to look. You're going to look. Never focusing with these kinds of things, because I can't deal with the problem coming out. Jack's a smaller man. He lets me get away with a lot more things. I can make certain things work. I can maybe possibly come in with a sweep. But then again, when the real world comes in, step out, Jack, much more violent, much more physical. And again, you're tagging, all of a sudden you're caught. You're going to see a big guy slam you up against the wall here. And this is what's going to happen. He's going to be slamming his fist into you here. If you think, again, you're going to hear me talk about this, he's going to be lifting you up. He's going to be looking good for his friends. You are not going to attack his arms. You're not going to do anything. Got to get this guy up. You know, he's got me up on my toes. He's lifting so hard. But again, take it non-lethal. I'd be very upset, but it's non-lethal. You're looking. Go right into his face from here. Go right into his face from here. That's what you want to do back to your training. But you're going to find the shock of being grabbed and shoved up against the wall, you're going to be it's a much different feeling to feel these big old arms pushing against your rib cage. It doesn't feel very good. Your focus has to clear. You've got a second to know you're not in a life situation, knowing that somebody else may be coming. And that's your mindset, same as before, moving on this person, coming forward. Step out, good. Very basic, but now things just changed again. He's caught you by the throat. He's got you by the throat. You're here. Again, you're going to see people that grab you by the throat and stuff are very secure who they are. They've done it before, most likely. And you're going to see people trying to fight, and they're trying to scare you to death or kill you. Well, if this happens, he is trying to kill you. You cannot think of anything less. You're training again. Jack's a smaller person. Forget about the arms. Forget about all these techniques. It'll get you killed. You're going to come straight into this person right here. Looking, coming forward, turning your shoulder. He's pushing. Just turning your shoulder, just coming right in his face to side. But you're going to have to watch what's coming at you. You're going to have to watch. One of the things that's difficult to grasp, and we all train differently, is many of us train in a studio or a karate studio or just a fighting studio. We have two mindsets. One that is for the school, and we take that school mindset out into the street. You cannot do that. Because in a school, we respect one another. And that's why we allow the arm bars, we allow the sweeps, we allow the takedowns. And we make each other good, and we don't damage each other. On the street, you do not have that same opportunity because there is no respect, there is no kindness. There's going to be things coming at you in a chaotic way. And that is why you train in a tactical way, not planning any specific drill. So it's very important that you can separate the two different things. As the smaller man comes in, this bigger guy's coming at me to help his buddy. He's choking you to half to death here. As you're looking again, you got that shield. You're going to make your decision because you saw it. You're not going to stand there with all these moves, sitting there throwing people down while this big guy's tearing your head off. This is what's going to happen. You think you're doing all this, you're already dead. This man's on you. You cannot make that happen because you've given up the street mode. As I say, you cannot think that you're fighting one person. You're fighting 2 or 3, and they all have weapons. So that's your mindset. Now, when a big guy like Bob comes on you, it's an ugly feeling. First of all, if you had the mindset to see him coming with his hands up, stop him. Stop him, get right into his face. Again, you saw it happen. He's getting ready to bulldog. Stop him. But most likely that won't happen because you don't walk around looking for people that are going to grab you by the throat. You're going to be talking to someone, all of a sudden, he's by the throat, he's choking you half to death. This is what's going to happen to you. This is what's going to happen to you. And he's choking here, and your mindset's going to go to your hands. Forget it. This is where the weapons come out. This is where the weapons come. Pen's already in his throat. No one survives a pen in the throat. No one. No one. From here. If he had a pen in his jacket, I'd take his pen. Coming forward on this man here. Coming forward on this person. I'd be extremely upset staying with this man. If for some reason he caught me by the throat, boom, he's got locked up and he's got long arms, which Bob doesn't, I can get into Bob's face. You're going to see me shoot up. Never. Here's another. Never. I never do. As soon as I strike his arms, he's going to get madder and stronger. Everything's soft. He's fighting the shadow. This hand is just going to do this. It's going to come up. It's going to let my shoulder turn. He's killing me. The guy's killing me. You're here. Just touch, turn straight into his face. You're letting me back into this man. Mindset again. There's 2 people. He slammed me up against the wall. I didn't catch it. You got this guy off. You're getting this guy off, but he's a shield. He's a shield. He's got a blade or whatever. Take it to where you have to take it. You must keep that mindset. Maybe there's 3 people or whatever, but you're going to have to look at that. One of the worst things you're going to find, people, big guys, they love to just slam you up against the wall, make you look good, and that fist is going to come up here. You got a half second, folks. You got a half a second, because he hits me with that, it's all over for me. Your mindset is to take the man out. Don't mess with his fist. Is this move from here? As you're looking, you get ready to throw that punch, you're in his face here. You're just grabbing here, striking as hard as you can. I don't care about, you got a second. He's getting ready to go. You're in his face here. Whatever this is going to be, you're looking at it. You're going to have to move. Don't worry about this. Don't think he throws a punch that you're going to be here, because now he is just going to crush you. He's going to kill you, and he's going to cock his hand back and punch you 3 or 4 times, and that's what's going to happen. You got to get to here. He throws it up. You'll be right in his face. You're right in his hair. Grab the softest things. Don't sit there and try to wrestle this man. You're not going to do it. Let's go over some misconceptions. He throws a punch. You're going to try knee lifts. I love when people say do knee lifts. People that throw knee lifts, by the way, I've trained the martial arts every day, and I ain't going to do nothing. I'm standing on 1 foot. He's killing me. Can't do that. You got to go with the softest things to make that work. This is when people attack you. They're not nice. They're not nice. They're ugly. Maybe you're at an ATM machine, and you're standing with your card. All of a sudden, just boom. You know, if you want something, give it to him. But you don't have time to talk because he's choking your life away. You got to go. You got to go on this person. You got to decide what you're going to do. You want him off, watching for this other person out there. There are no rules. When you work at the training, as you watch this tape, I want you to create scenarios. I want you to come up with ways. Maybe it's happened to you. Maybe it's happened to your friends. Create things that work for you. As this guy grabs you, come up with a way. Maybe something happened to you. Maybe he had you by the stomach here and he had you up here like this. Create something that'll work for you. Maybe this has happened. But please don't fight his strength. Please don't think you're ever going to twist anything. Please don't ever think that you're going to get a joint lock, some kind of a joint lock. It's not going to happen, or an arm bar or a sweep. As long as you avoid those techniques, use what you have around you. Never use his body strength. He's fighting the shadow. He's happy. But I promise you, and you're here, he's going, what the? Because your mindset is to fight the arms. You don't want to fight the arms. One of the things that we do in a tactical class, so many people are always striking as hard as they can, punching as hard as you can. As you watch this video, you're going to notice that we're just going to a little arm touch, a little strike to the throat, not very hard. But I promise you, if you touch the bicep, his direction's going to go there. You see me always touching the throat. This has just changed his attitude enough for his focus to go off for me to change things. As you've watched this tape, you notice there are no hard, jerking motions. Everything's soft. Everything's soft, quick, and into that person. Again, not waking the body up. I'm making his mind go where I want it to go, keeping it very, very simple. Another weapon you have with you all the time, let's step out for a moment, is a cell phone. So you have a cell phone. And I have a cell phone right here. Oh, good. All right. He's caught you. Boom. You're standing there. He's got you slammed up. Boom. You're talking cell phone right here. Just take it, slam it with everything you're worth. You might wreck a cell phone, but boom, take the person out. That is what you have with you at that moment. Maybe you're out there talking to somebody and you're talking at home, all of a sudden something bad. You're just right in his face. Use what you have. But try not to fight his strength. Try not to fight his strength. Very, very important. Maybe you're here. This big guy's caught you. And for some reason, again, he's caught you here, and he wants your wallet. He wants your wallet. He wants everything that you got. So you go and you're going to get, but for some reason you feel this guy's going to kill you. These are credit cards. Slam it with everything you're worth. Slam it in his throat. Very painful. But use what you have to use. Notice there are no stances. We don't get into stances. We don't get into any kind of movement because that doesn't work, because you're not going to be able to get into a stance or any kind of movement. Anything that happens to you, whether you're caught from the side, and practice that. You don't know what's going to happen to you in the real world. So don't get into training techniques. You're caught, you're in his face, you're in his face. Take this training home, take this knowledge home, and have the mindset of attacking in any way possibly, when the hand goes around the throat, viciously as possible. But make certain you don't focus on that person for over a half a second, because something else may come down wrong. Now, what will happen is, grab a knife. He's got a knife in his pocket, in his back pocket. You didn't see it, of course. This man, ATM machine or whatever, boom, he's got you in the throat here, boom. If you get to here and you're starting to play around here, you're going to be eating this. This is survival. I don't have time to play with this because you won't see it. So when this is in your face here, your mindset already, when both hands are here, you got to go to work watching that hand. Because if the knife's coming out, of course, you got to keep your mindset. Because if I start playing around with this guy, no, don't reach for your knife yet, go ahead. If I start playing around with this guy, boom, and I start doing this, he feels he's in trouble, you're going to die, and you won't see it. You won't see yourself dying. I'm trying to push back. You always see people push your elbow, well, this is where I am. You cannot have that mindset thinking that you're going to push this guy or shove this guy or do anything like that. We're talking survival. The knife is always coming up. Guy's got you against the wall. I promise you something bad is going to happen to you. So you've got to have the mindset of survival. And you must have the mindset, if this guy's on you here, boom, the other guy's got a knife. The other guy's got a knife from here. So you're standing there working with this guy with all this big movement. That's too long. You got a second to move. You got to say, he's on you. He's coming. You've got to see it. This is the street. I'm being robbed here. I'm not in a karate studio or your training hall where things are controlled. Nothing is controlled. Do whatever it takes to survive. And this is the basics to what you're looking at. Because on the street, you are going to be grabbed. You are going to be choked. Or you're going to have your hair grabbed. Let's go over this very, very quickly, which is important. Let me use Jack. No knife here. Is one of the things we didn't cover, which is important. Somebody grabs you by the hair. I absolutely have to laugh because I see so many techniques out there. People grabbing from there. When you talk about spinning in, you just spin in. You just spin in, and that's all you're doing. So no matter what, whether it's caught from behind, he's choking you from behind with both hands, choking from behind. And this is not going to happen very likely, but don't worry about it. You're in his face because your training lets you do what's going to happen. So again, Big Bob grabs you with a choke from behind. And your training is this. This is what your training is. This is it. You're looking to figure out what it takes. I got time to get a wallet or a comb? Get it. So when you start to work, Bob and Jack, Bob, Jack, good. From here, they're going to start grabbing you. Maybe the hands are going to go around your throat. Boom, you're here. Boom, you're looking. You start looking at things and you start training, never fighting their arms and coming forward. If you can do that, because there are no rules, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And this is what it's about. We're not fighting yet. You're being grabbed. And this is what will happen to you on the street. For some reason, people think people come running in here dancing with punch. No, someone's going to beyond you, and that's what you're going to have to survive against. And that's what we'll work on, you have to work on and create. This tape is just the basics to what survival is. You create it. Don't hurt yourselves, and just go on your training that happens. Maybe things happen different in California to Alaska. But you must have this mindset, whether I have gloves on, if you do a technique, I'll borrow you, Bob, and you have a big set of mittens on or whatever, and you have a big set of mittens on, you're not going to get nothing. Maybe this guy's sweaty in the beach. Maybe he's got suntan oil all over himself. And you're going to try some ridiculous lock. You're going to slip and slide. Maybe you're standing on ice, and you're going to try to throw something, you're going to be flying through the wall. You do not have the right to judge what the situation is going to be. Snow, ice, you have mittens on, you have a heavy down jacket on, maybe you're standing in the sand, maybe you're standing in your shower. You don't have the right to say, well, nothing's going to happen to you now, only when I think it's going to happen. Survival has to be able to defend yourself at any possible time. Any technique with anyone, however you're dressed, wherever you are, at any moment, whether you're in an elevator, whether you're in your car. These things all have to be able to work instantly without fighting a person's strength. Because if you think any other way, then you have to take it back to your training hall. Because that training hall is a controlled situation. The street isn't. And that's very important to grasp. So work with your techniques, come up with some ideas in what you do, and practice them. And maybe you'll stay alive a little longer on the streets if things ever go wrong. But you always want to be able to protect your family and your friends, or your partner, whether you're an officer or whatever on the street. So you want to be able to have an open mind. And in this program, if you don't have an open mind, you won't progress to the level of survival.
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon and we'll send you a notification when there's a new lesson available. Thanks again for watching.